So I finally decided to install the LED lights that I purchased during Black Friday. These will be in my low beams in my 2019 Santa Fe. Always make sure you know which bulb is the high beam versus the low beam. So, because some cars, just because it's high beam, you'll think it's a top casing here, but versus the bottom one. In this car, it's actually reverse. It's actually the top one is the low beam and the bottom casing is the high beam. First thing I do, I'll come into the car. I already have it on already. So I'll hit the button so I know, or just hit the switch. So I know right now that high beam is not on. Come over to the car and see what light is on. So you see there, it is the top one and the bottom one is empty or not on. And then you got my fog lights at the bottom. It's the same with over here. Now if I want to see the high beam when it's on, simply just so right now my high beam is on, so I'll simply go here, and now I have the bottom light on here and the top beam. So this is your low beam and there's actually a high beam. I love this car because I love the DRLs. So it's the daylight running lights. I love that it's LED. I wish everything was LED strips. That'd be kind of sweet. One thing to note, that when working on my car, I like to make sure I have enough light. Got these off of Amazon. Nice bright lights that you just stick up. So right now it's not sticking because on here there's actually a U or a magnet sign. And all you have to do is change it to it. So you'll see the U there, and then the U is on here as well. Simply, it just sticks. So that gives me more than enough light when I attach it to the hood. And to get a little bit more up close and personal, these little guys here, therefore I know where I'm working. So that gives me more than enough light to take this cap off, which would be easy, and this will be your low beam in the Santa Fe. So I decided to get this brand because I'm on the Facebook group for Santa Fe's and they recommended this one. So let's pop this open and see what it looks like. So inside we have gloves, which is a nice touch because you have to make sure you don't touch the actual bulb itself. We have a disposable bag to put the beam in there when you're done. These ones here are the LED package, which again is a nice touch because if you notice here, they actually have the cooling fans to prevent it from overheating, which is neat. So I'm going to toss these on, but before I do that, what I will do is uncap the actually low beams on both the right and the left lights. I got my lovely vinyl gloves on, therefore it doesn't mess up my hands when I'm deciding when I'm ready to install these bulbs. So give me a second. I just realized you couldn't really see the magnet signs on this unit on my light. So there it is there, and there it is there. One key part I forgot to mention is that you see this line here with your light. You always want to make sure that when you do the install of any bulbs into your vehicle, that line is always there. Because anything higher than that will be blinding to any drivers. So just make sure you keep that line straight and nothing higher really of that. It will definitely, with LED lights, it'll spread a little bit, but it won't be as high as, like, let's say up to here. So what I'd like to do is make sure I install one, make sure it is lined up and it's not upside down, and then you go from there. So again, this is why I didn't change over to those cotton gloves. As you see, my hands already from the gloves, a lot of dirt and grime that's on there. So to mess up these white gloves here for the install, I might touch the actual bulb itself, and then therefore it can damage it, and therefore I lose my money. So I'd rather not do that. Biggest thing is always make sure you turn off your car. No electrical is running. You don't want to short anything that's in your vehicle. So to take off these dust caps here, which are covering the bulbs that for you to install it, very simple twist and pull out. And there's your cap and there's your bulb. So right now it is on. So I'm going to turn it off before I do the install. But again, just do the same thing on this side, which I'm going to get a little more light, which is right over here. And like I said before earlier, it is the top piece. So this one here. So you just turn to your right and pop it out. A little bit tight, which is good. And simply just pop out. And just like that. Very simple. This one might be a little bit difficult because of this plug that's in the way. But, so this plug that here's in the way for me to maneuver. But I can just tie it on one side and therefore it makes it easier, or I can just unclip it to make the install a little bit more easier. Sylvian light bulbs, so if you see that is down, so you kind of want to mimic this when you're installing your low beams into the car as well. So again, for these ones, you just twist, pull out, and then just do the opposite. It's like screwing in a light bulb. Install. There's a clip that's right there. So this clip here, you just gotta pull it up and then pull out the bulb. So here is the original bulb. So the OEM bulbs. And then this is the new LED that I'll be getting. So even if you look at how it's gonna be going inside, it's same marking, same everything here. So pop this bad boy out. So this is it. And then this one here is the 9005 LED lights by this company, Termitor. And I got the 6000 Kelvin, so it'll just be white. Here's the knob, which is here. And then here's this one, so you just push it in, and therefore it clips in, and then you're good to go. So the best thing to do is push it in here, where it's not touching anything, and then connect it. And it's being a little bit stubborn, so just gotta. There you go. Ooh, a little bit force, but there you have the bulb in there. So before I do anything, or I'll put it back in, like in the actual housing, what I'll do is turn on the car to make sure that that lights up, because if it doesn't, that's gonna be a factor. Just give me a sec. So I was talking about the line. You see my right, I have not touched. My left here is out, so there's nothing, there's no light in my left low beam, but there is a light on my right low beam. And if you come over here, there it is, nice and bright. So this unit is working, and that's excellent. So literally just do the reverse on how you take out the original one. Put it in and then twist it, and then you're good to go. What I'm actually going to do is keep this, the OEM, into this box. So for my new bulb, that's it there. And I don't know if you hear the fan, that's it cooling. And now what I did was very simple, was do the reverse. So you have to turn this here to the left when you're inserting it, and then turn it to tighten it to your right, so down. So you go left, it'll put it in sideways, and then go down. Therefore, it's inside the housing itself. And now you can see the brightness of the LED lights on the left versus the halogen lights on the right. You see more of the white on here versus the yellow on the right. And then again, with that line, it's still on the same line, but now it's brighter, therefore much easier to see in the dark, and sorry, at night and the dark, same thing. So this is actually better. I like it. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but now on the right side, or the passenger side light. So it was actually pretty quick. So same thing as you do on I did before. Pull out the old bulb, which I stored in here. Put in the new LED light, which is right here. And now I'm just going to install it in the housing. You see the housing is empty. The car is on. I have the nice white low beam now. I got my yellow fogs, which I'm going to change all these out and just make everything white. And just like that, I'm done. As I said before, I still have that line. I'm not going over it. But as you see, it's much brighter than what it was before. A little messy, a little dirty. Hands got a little dirty when I had to redo the cap on it. The gloves got a little dirty on there as well, but nothing to worry about. The lights, nice white bright low beams, which is great because you have the LED DRLs and they're matching, which is awesome. I'm going to change out my high beams and my fog lights to match with a nice white glow to it, which I think it's awesome. A lot of people do upgrades on vehicles. They don't really get the base model. This is the base model Santa Fe, and they get like a higher premium just to get the LED lights in there. This thing cost me about $100 just for the LED lights, and I have LED lights without upgrading my whole vehicle. The overall difficulty of this, to be honest, maybe a 2 out of 10, if that. The reason why I find if you're not tech savvy, you don't really work on cars often, then after that, you'll see that degree of difficulty. You might feel like it's overwhelming. But the biggest thing is not to be nervous. Just watch a few YouTube videos like this one, and therefore you're able to know where to go, what to do, and so on and so forth. Like I said, this is just very easy as screwing in a light bulb in it. So I honestly feel like this is a great upgrade to the vehicle. I will definitely give a review, let's say 2 to 3 months review on how it is. If I have any issues, I'll definitely come back and let everyone know. Thank you again for watching. Take care.